Reggie Miyamoto, you make a mean, chunky monkey, but your frame rate gets funky.
Have you heard the rumors of a more beefed up Switch might be coming out next year?
I wouldn't be surprised. That's the thing that I'm already gonna get into things where I complain about the few things I don't like about this game, and one of them is just it is frustrating when you go to play a new game and the console it is trapped on is still not powerful enough to run it well. Because your console options, if you want to play this legitimately, are the Switch and the Wii U, and neither of them are strong enough to run this game perfectly. Like, both of them strain to run this game. And that is so fucking aggravating to me, and it was since day one. And some firmware's come out, it runs a lot better on the Switch nowadays. It's more or less the same on the Wii U as it was on launch.
Yeah.
But, like, that is why I've been saying since day one, the HD remake of this game that comes out 10 years from now is gonna be one of the greatest games ever released by mankind. The one that makes it run stably, the one that touches up some of the balance changes that I feel are slightly off, stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, people say that Wind Waker didn't need that HD re-release. It looks fucking phenomenal in HD.
It looks very good. It looks very good. And people say that the original Wind Waker has aged well. Yes and no. The art style still looks very good, but you can count the fucking polygons. Like, it's kind of... Everything looks sharper than it needs to.
Yeah.
For how cartoony the art style is meant to be. And I am not shitting on Wind Waker. For the love of God, people. Don't... I complain about everything. I fucking love Wind Waker. It's a fucking fantastic game. Please, I am allowed to criticize things I like.
The thing is I've never really been too fond of the 3D Zeldas.
You're a weirdo.
I mean, I just like the 2D Zeldas more. Like, I fucking love Zelda 1. I love Link's Awakening.
Are you one of
Cap.
those guys who thinks it's hip now to shit on fucking Ocarina?
Look, I'm not.
No, listen, Ocarina has some fucking issues.
I have some problems with Ocarina.
We're gonna play all the Zelda games.
I know.
I like all of them.
The thing is, I like Ocarina of Time. Its story, not told well. It has a good atmosphere, which is not a good story.
Well, how do you mean story not told well?
It's...
Because I have my own sort of complaint when it comes to that, but I want to know what in particular you mean instead of giving you the credit of filling in my own interpretation there.
You basically just go to the place and talk to the lad, and then if it's not the right time to talk to the lad, you wait. And it just kind of skips around like that. I think it does a lot of really good environmental storytelling.
I will say that the time element is not all that prominent in Ocarina. You see, the way that I would complain about Ocarina not telling its story very well is that it barely fucking uses the time travel mechanic.
There was, I don't think you've played it, but Dishonored 2 had a really cool level.
I did not play Dishonored 2.
It had a really cool level, near the end of the game, where it introduced a time travel mechanic, where it was basically a mansion that was, it went through like this cataclysmic event, where the mansion was stuck at 2 points in time at the same time, so you would have to, travel between before and after the disaster to try and navigate your way through the labyrinthine maze. And it was really cool because
that's the one level in Ocarina of Time that actually uses the time mechanic well, which is the Spirit Temple in the desert.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite temple because it actually fucking uses the mechanic.
But, like, the thing it was is...
Did you hear the old man's voice with the fucking French Canadian? He's just... Oh, dude, I can't wait for the cutscene where he, like, full talks later. That's gonna be hype. So I want to point out, I want to gush about this game for a second. The small dialogue choices you get with Link are just full of just weird character. Like, Link in this game, without saying a word or making a noise really, he has a lot of character. One of my favorite one is there's a quest in this game where you have to collect wood for a man. You have to collect some bundles of wood for a flamboyant man. It's not what you think, don't worry. And you go up to him and he's like, "Oh, have you got the 30 bundles of wood?" And you're like, "Yep." He's like, "Oh, cool, can I have it?" You can say yes, but then the no answer is just, "Nope, bye." It's like, Link's got a character.
Yeah.
And then there's also the in that same quest line, you're looking for people with the name ending in Sun, and he'll just go up to some people and say, and have the dialogue option, "Name ends in Sun."
But just to finish talking about Dishonored 2, it was really cool because
we're never gonna play it.
Oh, god damn it.
We'll maybe play Dishonored 1, but I don't know that I'm up for Dishonored 2. I have not heard much good about it.
It got marred by certain problems related to optimization. That's a problem this game has no relation to. I mean, I
can't imagine a game having that sort of issue.
The problem with Dishonored 2 is that it's more Dishonored. And
I played the first Dishonored all the way through. I enjoyed it, but it was just sort of, not my thing. I recognize that Dishonored 1 was a good, if janky game.
Well, the thing is, it's for a very particular niche market.
Sex weirdo.
Yeah, sex weirdo who likes stealth games.
It's a certain kind of sex weirdo for that.
And like, that's the shit I'm into.
You sex weirdo.
Yeah. Travel game. I
Fast
find
travel
it
in this
really
game.
weird how he has just a fucking iPad. Like,
Dude, don't worry about it.
just don't worry about it.
That's something. I'm gonna have you hold me to a rule until we are off the Great Plateau, because I am not getting into this tonight. I am not to go on about Zelda Deep Lore. Do you understand? Hold me to that.
Okay, no.
Okay,
deep lore.
so yeah, so to briefly touch on the Sheikah Slate, I think it's interesting what they did with the idea of the Sheikah basically them being an ancient, very technologically advanced civilization whose methods were kind of lost to time. That is in no way a spoiler. I'm sure someone will whine that it is, but it has no bearing on the story. It's just sort of a part of the setting. I think that's super interesting, and it connects to Zelda Deep Lore, but I am not going into it. I am not going to start the Hyrule Historia rant. We'll be here for a while. I don't have that kind of energy right now.
That'll be for episode 7 of Legend of Zelda.
For context, people, we're doing a quick recording session tonight because we have no footage. Oh god, that's another thing. Everything's a thing. Everything has 5 things I need to talk about to qualify those statements.
Wait a minute. He has a fucking earring.
Yeah. He's had an earring in almost every game.
Is he a little gay boy?
In almost every 3D Zelda game that is, because he has an earring in Ocarina, and I think by extension Majora. I would have to fact check that one. I might be wrong.
He has an earring?
He has an earring in Twilight Princess. He has an earring in Skyward Sword. He has an earring in this one. I don't think he has an earring in Wind Waker, but he might get one. I don't know. I don't know. Wind Waker Link is a cute small boy to be protected.
I mean,
He's also
there's a
very
difference between
dumb.
like an ear piercing and an ear ring. Like that's just a straight
Yeah,
up
that's
ring.
that's like a proper fucking wedding band ring just stabbed through his ear. Can we just talk for a second about how hot Link is in this game? Okay, we've talked about it for a second. Moving on. So, I like these early shrine. The Sheikah Slate abilities are all neat and varying levels of useful. Because here's the thing that people will point out. You can use Magnesis and bombs and all of the abilities on any enemy in the game. The problem is you have no reason to, for the most part. Like, unless you run out of weapons, there is very little reason for you to fight one of those enemies using Sheikah Slate abilities, when just hitting it with a stick will do the same job, but faster.
How do I rotate it? Oh no.
You don't.
Oh,
do you have motion controls on?
no. Wait.
Okay.
Oh, I do. I was using the Pro controller, so I was
Oh.